Hi, and welcome to Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Ligia. Now, this week we're going to do an all NFL week as it is a quarter of the way through the season. So, let's get started. There's been a COVID outbreak in the Tennessee Titans, the New England Patriots, and the Las Vegas Raiders locker rooms and facilities. At what point now are we too far into the season for it to stop? I think that we might need to do a bubble format, although there are people that said that they would not be happy with it. But it's at what point, like, we need to get an NFL season in. We've got the hockey who have just crowned their champion. The WNBA have just crowned their champion, and the NBA are about to crown their champion. So, and the MLB are on the way to crowning their champion. So we need to just move it along. Stop with all this stop and start. Let's just get through to the season. Um, Cam Newton has tested positive, which I was upset about because Cam Newton is playing amazing football at the moment and he's back to being Superman. And I am so proud of him because of everything that he's been through. And I think a lot of it is just us still trying to learn about this virus. However, Florida has just said, you know what? Let's just reopen. Let's just get everything back to normal. And I think that will be a massive test into how we go back to being COVID normal. Um, I am happy that at least one state has decided to just open everything up and just see how it goes. Because we're going to need to find a way to live with this virus. And it's not going in and out of your house. It's not going, yeah. Anyway, I'll give you more updates on that as they come. Bill O'Brien, the Houston Texans head coach, playmaker, GM, everything decision maker in the Texans organization, has been let go after a revolt in the locker room. They started with a 0-4 season, but I heard there was actually JJ Watt that led the revolt. Apparently, Bill O'Brien went after him, and the whole defensive side of the ball just was like, nah, we're done. And when you get Mr. Texan himself, JJ Watt, upset, it's not going to end well for you. So I am glad that Bill O'Brien's gone. It's going to be interesting to see if he gets another coaching gig, but he will not be able to be the playmaker, the head coach, all of that, all at one. I am so excited to see where the Houston Texans go from here. Washington football team has decided to bench Dwayne Haskins, the quarterback that the Giants should have gotten. Like, let's be realistic. The Giants should have gotten Dwayne Haskins. I'm not that happy with Daniel Jones at the moment, but hey, we're facing the Cowboys this week and they don't play defense. It's going to be interesting to see how Dwayne Haskins approaches this. I'm very, very, very concerned about Dwayne Haskins' improvement, although Washington needs to do something. It was getting to a point where they had their first win and people were saying, "Oh, it's a new regime in the Washington football team's franchise." But seriously, it's the same old Washington football team. They may have changed their name, but they haven't changed their attitude. Joey Burrow got his first win. I'm so happy for him. But please, let this not distract you from the fact that still in 2020, the Cincinnati Bengals do not have an indoor practice facility. Just your weekly reminder of that fact. Yeah. I am so happy for Joe Burrow. He is the future. He is the truth. He is everything that you could ever ask for in a player. I am so proud of him. Now let's talk about Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show. This whole Pat McAfee Tuesdays on the this whole Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show on Tuesdays is absolutely phenomenal because it gives you an insight into the mind of Aaron Rodgers. He had a very, very savage comment about down years for him are career years for anyone else. I was like, oh, that is going to get picked up everywhere. And it did. And it's just so funny to see how the media twists and manipulates and does all these weird gymnastic tricks around what Aaron Rodgers says. I am so happy for Aaron Rodgers and how he's approaching this season. I think that he is incredible. I am so much enjoying having Aaron Rodgers on the Pat McAfee show, and Pat McAfee, excellent host, excellent host, incredible. Now let's talk about Tom Brady doing Tom Brady things. He's 43. I constantly got to remind myself that because no quarterback at this age has ever been good as what Tom Brady is right now. Tom Brady is still Tom Brady, throwing 5 touchdown passes, coming back and orchestrating an amazing comeback after throwing a pick 6. It's incredible. I'm so, I think I might have to change who I've got representing the NFC. I think it might be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And that is going to be incredible to watch that. Now, let's talk about the Most Valuable Player award. As we are a quarter of the way through the season, there's 3 names that have been sticking out in the MVP conversation: Aaron Rodgers, Josh Allen, and Russell Wilson. I had no idea that Russell Wilson has never received not even a vote for MVP. I mean, he's Russell freaking Wilson. He's incredible. Where does where does all this hate for Russell Wilson come from? Is it because he's married to the most beautiful woman in the world? I think that might have a little bit to do with it. But I am just so amazed at this entire Russell Wilson hate. He's incredible. He is incredible. He's single-handedly keeping Seattle Seahawks an actual conversation piece. Like without him, they have nothing. Nothing. It amazes me. Josh Allen is doing amazing things. I wouldn't be surprised if he finishes 3rd or 2nd in the voting. And Aaron Rodgers is doing Aaron Rodgers things. So that's always a bonus. The games for week 5 are the Bears versus the Bucks. The Bucks are going to win that one. The Titans versus the Bills. I think the Bills have got that one. The Texans versus the Jags. The Jaguars cannot win a game to save their life, so I'm going with the Texans. The Ravens versus the Bengals. I can't bet against Lamar Jackson. I can't bet against him, so I'm going with the Ravens. Then we've got the Falcons versus the Panthers. Now, the Falcons can't win a game to save their life, so I'm going with the Panthers. We've got the Chiefs versus the Raiders. Now, this is going to be an interesting game. I am very looking forward to the Chiefs and Raiders. I've got the Chiefs because of their quarterback and all the embarrassment of riches that he has in Travis Kelce, etc. But yeah, the I think the Chiefs are going to win that one. The Jets versus the Cardinals. Well, if I pick the Jets, I think I'd have to be drug tested because they are so bad. So I'm going with the Cardinals. Got the Steelers versus the Eagles. I'm going with the Steelers because the Eagles can't seem to work anything else. Carson Wentz has regressed to a point of no return. So yeah, I'm going with the Steelers. We've got Washington versus the Rams. I'm going with the Rams because, again, I'd be silly if I was going with anything other than anything other than the Rams at this point. We've got the Niners versus the Dolphins. Look, even the fourth string quarterback can beat the Dolphins. The Dolphins are a terrible team. I'm going with the Niners. We've got the Giants versus the Cowboys. Now, this game, I think the Giants might actually pull off their first win. And if that happens, I will be running around my street so happy. So, yeah, I'm actually going with the Giants. I know. I'm finally able to say that I can pick my team to win something. I'm happy about that. The Cowboys do not play defense, so I'm super excited that I can actually say that the Giants actually have a chance to win this one. The Patriots versus the Broncos. I'm going with the Patriots because the Broncos still don't. They've not been relevant since Peyton Manning has left. We've got the Browns versus the Colts. I'm actually going to go with the Cleveland Browns. They've been playing well, and Odell Beckham Jr. and what's their quarterback's name? Baker Mayfield have been playing really well together. Think that they've finally got that all sorted out. So I'm going with the Browns. The Seahawks versus the Vikings. Look, I'm not going to pick against Russell Wilson. I've got the Seahawks. I've got the Saints versus the Chargers. I'm actually picking the Chargers. Now I know in my early predictions, preseason predictions before the season started, I had the Saints going to the Super Bowl. But I think the Chargers have got so much more that they can do. The two LA teams have just been so good lately. So I'm going with the Chargers. So that is my prediction for this week. They're my predictions for this week. Now, a quick little NBA Finals update. The Lakers are up on the Heat 3-1. They're wearing their Mamba jerseys for tomorrow's game. I will be so surprised if they lose. Anyway, go Lakers. On next week's episode of Let's Talk Sports podcast, we're going to have the NBA Finals wrap up, NFL Week 5 wrap up, NFL Week 6 preview, and the format for the show during the NBA off-season. So, thank you all for listening to this episode of Let's Talk Sports podcast. I'll catch you all next week. Bye.